Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Strand Tennis Center podcast, filled with tips, advice, tennis, not tennis, just life advice too, whatever you need. Like it on YouTube, share it on the podcast as well. Thank you. You ready, Santi?
Yes.
Welcome to the Strand Tennis Center podcast, everybody. I wanted to go back, Santi, because I go back to old classic books, and they're great and timeless. If you know Dale Carnegie, ever heard of Dale Carnegie?
Yes, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, that's the huge book. But this one, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, is a huge book of his, too. If you see it. This book is timeless. It was written in the 40s, and it can equate, and I was thinking about it when I was perusing this book again, how many of the things, and I wrote notes, are super key to business, life, tennis. Like, we'll go over a few of them. I mean, Dale Carnegie was just the king of this stuff. And you hear all this new stuff, and you hear, like, all these isms and things like that. It's really Dale Carnegie who did a book on just... to me, it's like an incredible Bible on how to manage your life, how to manage your worry. But it's not just like, oh, I'm a worry ward. It's about how to manage business projects and tasks, and not how to, limit the tasks to the important and all those things. So let's go over the first, 5 rules in this book are just so great that... Did you read the influence one? Did you read How to Influence People?
I have it. I didn't read all of it.
Yeah.
I read parts of it.
Really was a page turner for you there, huh, something?
I don't like reading.
I don't like reading. Well,
I like reading, but I don't like reading.
Okay. All right, so the number one thing, and it's so funny how I'm saying this, whether it's sunk in with me or whatever, I always say the answers and the actions. We always say that. The number one rule to handle stress and worry is, what do you think it is?
To help with stress and worry, stay calm. I don't know.
Keep busy, lose yourself in action.
Okay, I see that.
Sometimes the best medicine instead of medicine is being busy. When you are not busy, when you have too much time to think, bad things happen. So that's number one. How's the pickleball going, all right?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just texting Tasha about something.
Oh, good.
To
You
take
see,
out another net. It's 3 people. She could play. That's 4.
yeah, why didn't she add another net? That's so true. You see how
I
you're
just
on
texted
top
her.
of it?
She saw it. I don't want to run over there.
That's
'cause
okay.
We're on the podcast.
You should run over there. You should tell her right now.
No,
Tasha, put out another net.
Yeah, because she should play.
Okay.
And
So, that's so great. In the middle of
people-
podcast, we're working. It's very true.
well, that's how it should be.
So, it's true. It's how it should be. Keeping busy like you're just doing,
Yeah.
and not
We gotta
listening
be
to me.
aware of everything. Yeah, I'm like listening. And,
That's a key. So
I wanna be
that's
aw-
great. I mean, I love that you're aware of it and everything. She still hasn't gotten the net ads. Driving you nuts, isn't it? You can hold. We can pause. And
No,
you can
you,
go around.
you can talk and
Get her the
then
net.
I'll
You can
run
go get
over.
it. I'll keep
Okay.
talking.
All right.
So that's number one. I would say everybody keep busy. Lose yourself in action. It really is a great thing. Before you decide, and I know, and I've told Santi this plenty of times, I know people have real issues, real chemical imbalances, but before you get to that, try to keep as busy as you can. Lose yourself in action. That is just a huge thing. I mean, this Dale Carnegie book, he talks about how people worry themselves to sickness and ulcers and things like that. And if they just kept action, or somebody who had lost a child or a family member and felt like they couldn't go on, and they just gave themselves a list of tasks, and it helped them change their lives, help them be happy, help them stay focused, because you stop thinking about it and dwelling. The number 2 rule is life is too short to be little. So that's just a huge thing of not really sweating the small things. We have to allow things to go. We can't worry about every single little things, and sometimes it just doesn't matter. So we're on the second one, Santi, of life is too short to be little.
Life
And what
is
is that,
too
baby?
short to be limited.
Yeah, little.
Little. Oh, so do great things. Do things.
Well, don't
you
be
wanna
small-minded. Don't worry about little things, right?
okay,
So
that's what you're saying.
don't get caught in the minutia of things. It's just like I could do it myself. I could worry about, some small little booking that doesn't make a difference, right?
Right.
Things like that. So when you get caught in minutia and worry about every little single thing, it really is debilitating. It's really hard to go through life like that because it's just too much. There's just so much you can handle. Only so much you can handle, and try not to worry about the little things. What are the chances of something actually happening? So we worry about all these things. If you really analyze the data, what is the chances of something actually happening? You know what I mean? Like, think about all the things you worry about. How many of them actually happen?
Yeah. Some things that actually happen. Bad things or good things, you're saying?
And both.
Both?
Think of the
I don't know,
odds. Think out of 100%.
50-50? I don't know. I think
So,
it's
but
always
how much
50.
have you
I think
worried?
everything's 50-50. You worry like 90.
Yeah, the worry
worry
is much
about
more than the
90.
actual
Yeah.
happening. So what they say is analyze what is actually going on. Really, really figure out the data.
Yeah.
Study it before you start worrying about it. Then figure out the data and go, okay, I'm going to move on from this or that and realize this is the odds of this happening. So that's really a huge thing. We worry about so many things that don't really happen. This is a good one. Number 4, cooperate with the inevitable.
Cooperate with the inevitable.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think that means?
It's going to happen anyway, so just
Yeah,
go
it's
with
like
it, work
it's
with
like
it.
death or
Yeah,
like
work with it. You have to.
or like I
work
have
through
to
it.
have this or something, right? So if you give in to that and give up to it, it helps not being worried, right? It helps
Yeah.
with the stress, correct? So
Yeah.
if you just cooperate with what is inevitable in life, it's a lot easier to cope. Some people just can't cope with the inevitable, right?
Yep.
Whether it be anything. Kids growing up, kids moving out of the house, parents
Yep.
have a lot of trouble with that.
Yep.
Or not getting out of the house quick enough. It'll happen soon enough.
That's me.
So
not
those
getting
are
out quick
good
enough.
things to realize. And the number 5th thing is sunk costs with worry. It's the same thing. Like, how much time am I going to really spend on this because of the likelihood of it not happening? It's very similar to the number 3. So don't. They say put a stop loss. What he says, put a stop loss like stock market. Like you say,
Yeah.
if I buy a stock at 50, I put a stop loss at
Yeah,
45. Put a stop loss on worry to say, I'm only going to spend 10 minutes on worrying about this.
Okay.
And then you
That's
move
hard,
on,
though.
which is a big key. So there's one other point here in all of these, which is very simple. This book is fantastic. You should read it again, Carnegie's book. It's a great thing about don't shut the door on the future or the past.
Okay.
Again, remember I said don't dwell. Don't shut the doors on both. You just stay in the present moment because you can't do anything about the past. You can't do anything about the future. The only thing you can do is right now, what we have right now. Everything else, you don't know. So don't dwell on either of those. Close the door on both of them. So close the door on the future, close the door on the past because you really don't have any control of it. And I just wanted to transmit that information. How do you handle that? How do you handle worry yourself?
I listen to a lot of music
You listen to a lot of music?
to like zone out, and then
Helps you forget?
like stay calm. It helps me more stay calm, and then you work through whatever the problem is,
Okay.
or whatever you're stressing about, or whatever you have anxiety about.
Yeah.
But more so, I just work through music, to be honest.
Music is huge.
Yeah.
Like, I find myself, when I'm in a better place, I'll listen to more music.
Yeah.
If I'm not, I listen to more podcasts. It's weird. Like, I need more
Oh, okay.
information to fill me up.
Okay, because it makes you think about stuff.
Yeah, because when I have music, I can think about things.
Yeah, yeah, and
And
then
I don't
you think
like,
too much.
sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
I'm in a good place. I can do that. But I'd rather have something go in my brain
Yeah.
than have me fill it with myself.
Yeah, because then it.
So you
it
got to
kinda-
know the balance sometimes. It's just self-awareness of knowing that.
Yeah, that's good that you know that you like that because it helps mask like whatever you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah. So, as you can see, they're behind me. By the way, I know
Yeah.
it's probably we're doing Alex Gibney, if you know who he is very won an Oscar for a documentary, a very huge documentarian. Did Dirty Money. They're doing they're filming Boris Becker's documentary here tomorrow, and they're just doing
Okay.
some pre-stuff here, so we can see this in the background as well, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
They're going to have a Boris Becker lookalike.
Cool.
Do strokes and things like that. Boris Becker, as you know, went to jail for. Well, he had a tax evasion issue, but he went to jail for hiding assets because he claimed bankruptcy.
Right.
And I think he got released from the London prison. Now he's in Germany trying to get released as well. So it's a real fall from grace. I mean, he was a Grand Slam champion, won 7 slams, and got caught up in bad debt and bad situations, bad financial decisions, and it's unfortunate. Alex luckily plays in the early birds in the morning, and it just kind of worked out that we said, hey, he'd like to film part of the documentary here, tennis-wise.
Cool.
And it worked out nice. So they're going to be filming it here all day tomorrow. Maybe we can get Aaron to come on and discuss it a little bit, but who knows? You have a question?
No.
No,
I just thought it
no.
was pretty cool.
Have you ever seen any of the Dirty Monies that he does, or
No.
have
I'll
you
probably
seen?
watch it now.
Boy, there's so many documentaries. Have you seen the God? I just watched one of Gibney's documentaries. What did I just watch? There's so many. He does a ton of them. Very successful documentary. And again, he won an Oscar for Enron's documentary. You ever see that? The Smartest Guys in the Room?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think I watched that during college.
Oh, he did, the Theranos. You remember the Elizabeth Holmes, where the girl just went to jail? Remember the company she had? She defrauded all those people?
Yeah.
He did that documentary, too, about her.
Okay.
The little droplet of blood and blah, but she went to jail for 11 years. So she's been sentenced for 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did that, too. It was a fantastic documentary to see that. It's on HBO. So that's the key today is how to manage worry. Read this book. Read the Carnegie book. Very, very huge. And I just peruse it every once in a while when you're just thinking about things. You're like, wow, how do I stop, dwelling on this? How do I move forward to that? All that stuff. And that's the big key. That's all I wanted to share today. You have anything? How was your day? How's your week going?
It's good. I'm looking forward to the weekend because it's supposed to snow 5 feet. No,
Here?
not 5 feet, sorry. 5 inches to 1 foot. No, in Hunter, New York.
Oh, Hunter.
Yeah. So not that far, but it's supposed to rain here tomorrow and Friday, but it's going to snow there the whole time.
One day I would wait for you to look forward to something at your job. And
I look forward to my job.
I can't wait to get to work. This is the best. You're like, snow is coming.
Yeah, it's snow season. You gotta appreciate it while it's here.
That's true.
It'll be gone within 3 months, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then next week is holidays, Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. It's exciting. My parents are on a cruise.
Did you buy any gifts for anybody? Your parents are on a cruise for how long?
From this Saturday to the 27th.
Where did they go?
They're going on a cruise. I don't know, Bahamas, something like that.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'll be alone for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
So on Christmas, you're going to be all by yourself, I take it?
Yeah, I might go to Canada. I don't know.
You might go to Canada?
Yeah, Montreal.
Oh, because you're off Saturday and Sunday, right? The weekend?
Yeah, so we'll see.
Montreal's great. Driving up there is only 5 or 7, 5 hours. 5 it's
hours.
great. Straight up, straight shot.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to Mont Blanc once. You ever been to Mont Blanc?
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what
that is another 2 up and to the left a bit.
Yeah.
But super.
It's very pretty.
They say that's the best East Coast snow.
Yeah, I've been there once with some
Gorgeous.
friends.
We had a
Really
great time. What a French town. Beautiful French
We stopped at
village.
Tim Hortons, somewhere on the road, and they only spoke French, and we're like, shit.
Yeah,
But they knew what we wanted.
they only speak French. You're in Quebec.
Yeah.
You're not they basically, how many times have they wanted to secede and make their own country?
Yeah.
I don't think they're Canadian. They're French.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but were very nice.
They're all
very nice. Yeah, very nice. I loved it when we went to Mont Blanc and they make the maple in the ice.
Oh, in the ice.
In the ice, you get the
that.
stick.
Yeah.
It was so great.
I saw that there. I was like, what is this shit?
That's good. What is this shit?
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Very good stuff. So yeah, you should do things that make you not think too much. That's great.
Yeah.
Go and yeah. It's good that you do things. I should do more things.
You should do more. What do you do on your days off, Steve?
What am I going to do for Christmas?
What do you do on your days off?
I kind of enjoy it because me and Maria get to go to the gym, which we work out together, and then I go in the spa, I go in the sauna and the ice bath, which I like. It's relaxing.
Yeah.
So those 2 days of getting away and kind of going into the sauna and kind of chilling, and then we'll make a meal together.
Oh, that's cute.
Sometimes we'll make homemade ravioli, which is really nice. Yeah. She makes this great sourdough bread, which is fantastic. I'm in love with it. Homemade. She's gotten into bread making.
Okay.
Then I'll read for a couple hours, and if we have nothing to do, it's great because we just watched a great documentary too. You should see it. It's called about Charlie Trotter, if you know who he is.
No.
Great documentary about him. Charlie Trotter correct me if I'm wrong, had the best. I think he had the only 3-star restaurant in the United States, Michelin.
Okay.
In Chicago. I think he was rated the best restaurant in the world at one point. But just fantastic creation story of how and unfortunately he died because of all the strive for excellence and the pressure he put on himself. It didn't go well, but unbelievable. I loved every part about him until he died. Yeah. But just understanding, listen, a perfect example is he was doing an interview with somebody, and he was working as not a sous chef or just some sort of assistant in another restaurant. He was younger. It was San Francisco, and his call time was at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And he shows up at 10 o'clock every morning. And the owner of the restaurant's like, listen, we don't pay overtime.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? You can show up here at 4. And he goes, guess what he says to the guy? I don't work for you. I work for my own standard. And my job is to make this place better when I leave than when I was here. Like, how many fucking employees think that way? Like, just a different mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I don't work for you. I work for my own standard.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about, it doesn't, but that is a rarity. And that's why people that have best restaurants in the world are like LeBron or Michael Jordan. They're 1 in a billion. They're 1 in a million. Yeah. Like, how many employees are going to come up to me and go, I'll be in here 7 hours early because I work for myself and my it just doesn't happen, right? Yeah. I mean, and I don't expect that to happen, but it's amazing to see someone like that with that type of work ethic. You just admire it so much. I just go, oh my God, this guy, he put a lot of stress on himself, a little too much, but the ability to just say, hey, I have a standard that only I need to live up to, and the standard is greater than any even owner.
Right.
Very impressive. He was an incredibly impressive person. You should watch. It's called Love Charlie. Unbelievable. The best was, there was also a great quote. He's like, the restaurant industry would be fantastic if there was no customers or no employees. Because I hate people in general. Okay. He got to the point, it's like, they don't know what they want, right?
Yeah.
Don't tell me the customer's right, he said.
Yeah.
I know how to create the customer experience. The customer needs to get out of the way and let me create the experience, so to speak. Don't give me your ideas, blah, blah, blah. I know what to do.
Interesting.
In the best sense of the world, that's what Steve Jobs said. He's like, I don't need focus groups. Yeah. They don't even know what they want yet, Steve Jobs said, until I put it in their hand.
Exactly.
Which is true.
Yeah.
Because it's like Henry Ford. If I would have asked people what you want, they would have said a faster horse.
Yeah. Yep.
And not a car. So the customer is rarely correct in visionary things, right? You can work about customer service and things, but you need visionaries.
Yep.
And that's the big key. So we covered a lot. Hopefully we'll get Erin over here eventually. Maybe next week we'll get her in here after the production about the documentary. It'd be interesting to talk about. But go see it. He hasn't sold it yet. I don't know where it's going to be, but I will let everybody know next week where the documentary would be. I don't even know the title of the documentary. Maybe I should ask her when she gets over there. But
very cool.
I'd be curious to know what the title of the documentary is. But I don't know. It's got to be Boris Becker. I don't know. Rise and Fall. I have no idea. Yeah. But all right, everybody. Again, like I said, the answer's in the actions. But like Dale Carnegie says, keep busy, lose yourself in action. Good luck. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Hope you like the podcast. Please share it with your friends, anybody that you know, anybody that's into tennis, anybody that's into bettering themselves. Share it.